Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I am taking part in a Stepping Up YouTube hop. This can be school themed or it might not be depending on what everybody in the hop decides to do, but the idea was that it was kind of loosely school themed, new beginnings, that kind of thing. So I have chosen to go for a traditional back to school layout because I had some back to school photos to scrap, so perfect. In the UK we go back to school in September, and this photo was taken at the beginning of September when my three little ones, who are not so little these days, were due back at school. So the big two are at real school and the little one's gone back to nursery. So this is the first day and they're all going back on the same day. That was the perfect day to get a photo of the three of them. So the big two in their school uniform and little one not so much. So it was nice. They're all three of them actually looking at me and smiling. So that's pretty rare. So it was a nice photo to scrap. So I'm using obviously the fantastic School Life collection by Simple Stories. I decided to go for a white background. I did flirt with the idea of using a pattern background, but the patterns were just a little bit overwhelming. So I decided to go plain and to use multiple colours of paper layers instead. And I decided to get out my notebook punch. It's one of my favourite punches. I haven't used it lately, to be honest. It's an old Stampin' Up one. I think there are other, I don't think it's available anymore, but I think there are others available now. Like different brands, because it is quite a popular punch, but mine's still going. I've had it for years and years and years, so I've given it a workout today. I've got lots of different papers. So I've used the 6x8 paper pad from this collection to pull out some papers, and I had a large piece of that turquoise print with the kind of like starbursts all over it. So that I've used, that one is a big piece, and then all of the others that I've used have come from the 6x8 paper pad. I'm going to notebook punch the top edge of each one. So I'm obviously looking at pieces of paper torn from a notebook. I did think about putting them on the sides as well, and I thought, no, that doesn't make sense. They all need to come from the top. Spiral bound notepad type thing. Yes, I guess you could have it on, like, as long as they were all on the side, it would make sense too. I now have several layers of notebook paper, and I just need to arrange those onto the layout in a way that I like the look of. I've also put my photo inside a frame. It's one of the frames from the School Life Simple Stories packs. I love the chipboard frames that they do. However, it's rare that my photos fit inside them perfectly, and this one did not fit inside perfectly. It has a strip at the bottom, which is just, it doesn't fit. It's too small. The photo is too small. So I had a gap at the bottom. So I just covered the back with some white card, and now it's barely noticeable. It is still there and it is still on show. I was planning to put an embellishment over that area, but for some reason I forgot to do that. So it has remained as it is. But it's not a problem because you really couldn't notice it unless you were looking for it. So there you go. Okay, so I've spent a lot of time rearranging these layers. For some reason, it wasn't working for me. Just every combination I worked on, I didn't like. I wanted to include these tags as well so that I had extra colours and extra patterns, but they weren't really working for me. I've tried funny angles. I've tried all straight. I've tried, basically layered on top of each other. I've tried the photo in different places. And in the end, I just turned off the camera, walked away, and went and made some coffee or something. And then came back to it with fresh eyes off camera and made a decision as to how I was going to layer up the background and go from there. But at this point, I was thinking, I really need to stick get my photo, sorry, not my photo, my title in place, because I wanted to use this large school. This is going to be back to school. I wanted to use this large school title from the foam stickers, but because it's quite big, I really needed to think about where my title was going to go before I stuck anything down, because quite often I end up sticking a layout down and then adding my title afterwards, and if you have a long or big title, it doesn't fit. So I really needed to kind of figure that out and think about it. Right, so here we go. I have skipped forward now. It's turned off the camera and spent some time working it out. I have everything stuck. So I have my 4 layers of notebook paper. I discarded the tags; they didn't make the cut. And then Back to School is sitting underneath the photo. The school is sitting on the white notebook paper. It's got paper clips all over it, but it reads as a white, so that worked well. Back to School sits on there. Back and To are going over multiple layers, so I have actually stuck those onto white card and trimmed around those 2 words before sticking them onto the papers, so that way they have a white outline and backing, and you can't see the different paper layers coming through the gaps in the letters. So that just makes it all read quite nicely. So I'm happy that I spent some time sorting myself out because it just wasn't working otherwise. So I just added a big sticker from the sticker sheets at the top there. It's a banner. I love all the patterns. One of the banners has got letters all over it, which I think is really cute. I have cut out some squares from one of the journaling card paper sheets that the Simple Stories have a lot of those, and there was the 2x2 4x4 one, and I cut those little squares out of that. Just dressed the edges and stuck them across. So I've got a red one that says School Life, blackboard one that says Let's Do This, then the yellow one over on the right hand side that says Back to School, and now I've kind of now got this horizontal element now almost going across the layout, which I'm going to build on and add more embellishments to. So over on the left, I've added the chipboard alarm clock and the locker dial. I've got some down the bottom there, I'm just adding puffy word learn. Over on the right, I've added chipboard like bulldog clip, heart that says I love school, puffy star, adding in some decorative brads now. They've got some equations on, and one says dream big, one has glasses. So a few of those coming across there as well, and some plain ones as well in the plain colours. In between the red little journaling card and the Let's Do This journaling card, I have a puffy sticker apple and I love school. And then I've added some paper clips as well, and some stars and some hearts. So yeah, lots of little bits and pieces tucked in there, and loving how this is looking actually. But I wanted to just extend that horizontal line with some splatters as well. So I just grabbed a Shimmers paint from a spray bottle and just dipped my paintbrush in. I also added my journaling into that orange section in between the photo. So there you go. That is my layout complete. I hope you like how it turned out. I hope you enjoy this hop. Make sure you check out everybody else. There's lots of us. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland taking part in the Stepping Up YouTube hop.